Well, hi there. Hi, guys. Paul here from PABrewNews. We have a beer from the Straffe Hendirk, which is a well-known, highly praised Belgian brewery, which usually tends a high price. Yes, it does. And I've had a couple of them, the 10 degrees Plato, those kind of things, like quads and whatnot. But I've never had this one, which is the Burges. This is the Burges Straffe Hendirk. This is a Belgian ale, second fermented, in the bottle. And this comes in at, if it says, I don't even think it says, but it's 9% alcohol by volume, and it's a triple. So, it's a 9% triple, but if you look at the label, which I'll show you now, get a good look at it, I have not seen a single label on the internets that looks like that, which tells you it is old as the sun. So the last two Belgian beers that I've reviewed that I picked up at this place were 14 years old. That's significant. However, the internet has been around for longer than that. And I found those labels. I have not found this label on anything. So let's take that with about a pound of salt at least to say that this might be a pretty old beer. So the Burgess, the Tripel from Straffe Hendirk has a big moon, the whole deal. It's a completely different logo or label. And hey, I had a great time reviewing the 14-year-old beers from Steenbeck, so probably gonna have a pretty good time reviewing this one. And the best part of it is I get to share it with you. So if it sucks, we'll still have fun, right? Let's do it. Okay. Let's turn this. We got the uncorking. Let's get the uncorking going. All right. Damn. Never had that happen before. The little red thing fell off. Ooh, tight. Gotta give it all the muscle. There. And up. And up. Hey. No. Barrel smoke. That's all we want. That's all we want in life, right? We want beers with barrel smoke. Because barrel smoke beers means they're still good. Ooh, it's pouring really nice too. Damn. By the way, I know where to get more of these, so if this is fan-fucking-tastic, I know exactly where to go. I'm not telling either. Look at that. Look at the head on it. It is... Oh my god, I'm so excited. It looks fucking beautiful. It looks really beautiful. Look at that head sitting on there. Okay, herbaceous, spicy. Spicy, herbaceous, a little bit of a floral character. Gray, yeah, gray. Grassy hay, a little bit of a lemongrass as well, a little bit of hedgerow. Oh my god, it smells fucking fantastic. For a Tripel, it smells great. Let's get into it. Cheers. Still playful carbonation as well. A lot of minerality though. Whoo, a lot of minerality. Remember when you used to be a kid, you used to drink water from the hose outside in the summer? A little bit of that. There's a little bit of that kind of quality going on there. Still nice, really playful carbonation. It reminds me of like a little bit of the basically the seltzer water that you can get. Sprudel is what I remember in Germany, and instead of Stilles we get Sprudel. You know, it gives me that vibe, the Sprudel vibe, the drying, that really earthy carbonation. Well, the earthiness of the drink mixed with carbonation, I should say. What's up, Lava Lamp? How you doing? Ooh, excuse me. Wow, this is a sit back sipper. Well, Straffe Hendirk, you make amazing beers that age amazingly well. So now we know. I know where to get about 10 more at least. So kind of feel bad that I didn't grab these in the case before they got separated though. Okay, a little bit left in that glass, or the bottle rather. I'm just kind of watching it. That's a nice head. It's sticking around. It's not really. The bubbles are big overall, but look at that. Unfortunately, the murkiness of it, I understand the murkiness of it now being that it is a Belgian beer. However, I'm not getting a lot of the sweetness that I would basically expect from a slightly aged beer. It's still pretty dry. Now, the attenuation I'd expect to be a drier beer. But even when you have old beers that are attenuated to a dryness, they still give you nuances of like really burnt sugars, really caramelized things, those kind of sweet, mentally sweet tonalities. And I'm not getting this. I'm getting just like brown bread, not brown bread, I'm getting white bread, and I'm getting tons of herbaceous notes, tons of floral notes. I'm not getting any of that, like, really, I mean, even how dark it is, too. I'm not getting a lot of that really caramelized vibe. It's really just drying and playful, which is, it's pretty fantastic. Damn. Put the rest of it in slowly. Oh, so slowly. That's from Friday night, if you didn't know. My master will kill you, but not fast. Slowly. Oh, so slowly. Oh, lots of icky ickies on the bottom of that bottle. Old bottle, for sure. However, Lava Lamp likes it, and so do I. Yeah, I even poured, there's even like a dark line from what I got done pouring in there. I don't know, you probably can't see anything ooey gooey. Neither can I, honestly. I did a good pour. Might be a little fish food, but I really don't see any. So, the Straffe Hendirk Burges Trapel, old as hell, $8.99. Get it immediately if you can. Don't sit on it. Just get it because it's gonna be awesome. But I would love to know how old this bottle is. I cannot see anything on this bottle that tells me a date at all. Probably like what? Imported by Vetten Importers Inc., Halifax, Virginia. They might even be closed by now. That's how old this thing is. BVBA Straffe Hendirk. Excuse me. There is carbonation. Thankfully. I just figured I'd take a little time to get my eyes on the bottle. But unfortunately, I have no way to know. Like, this doesn't even say the ABV. I think this is feckin' old. You know what I mean? And of course, let me go into a rant a little bit. Not a rant, but let me give you an idea of why. I've seen some of the old cases that, you know, got broken up later, or some that I bought, or some this and that. You know, they're like discounted. But we live, especially where I am, in a very rural area. A rural area that is dominated by, you would say, like more macro beers. We'll just say it like that, macro beers. And these beers, generally on the shelf, would say $110 to $130 to $140 a case. Can you understand why maybe they don't move off the shelf real quick? You know what I mean? And so $110 today, I'm not a financial expert, but $110 today, when you see that, you go, okay, that's $110. All right, well, yeah, I could do that. It's like asking $250 almost 20 years ago for a case of beer, which did happen, and they did move, rarely. And usually they were specific people asking for specific things, and half the time when the specific thing did come in, it was $250, they didn't even fucking buy it. Case in point, over my distributor, which is still there, but it was owned by different people, someone ordered a case of CBCS. Probably didn't say that right. Kentucky. What is it? Bourbon brand. Was it Bourbon County brand stuff? BCBS. I think I said it right. They go, oh, they didn't know it was going to be $225, so they didn't buy it. They said, oh, it's too much money. Well, I'm like, well, I'll fucking buy it. So I had one for a while. It was delicious. But case in point, that is a specific order for a specific beer that the person knows how much they've probably spent on an individual bottle, and they still didn't want to buy the case. Same thing. Like, this is just randomly on the shelf because the people who kind of ran the place or owned the place or was related to the people who owned the place was from Europe and Britain and stuff like that. So there was a lot of cases of beer on there they've never heard of with high marks, and it just sat and sat and sat and sat and sat. And thankfully, I've got a couple cases from them of very fun beers to try. Maybe not the best condition for sure, but for the price, it was okay to try it. And that's why I'm doing the review that you're seeing today, because $8.99 for a $7.50 of a beer from Straffe Hendirk. Yep. And you know what? Thankfully, it's better. I did like the Steenbergs. I would drink more of the Steenbergs for $8.99. I know the one tastes like an old English barley wine with no carbonation. I actually found the Tripel to be quite delightful, but this is fantastic. So, what's $8.99? Really, you know? Especially for the fact that you're gonna get like 2.5 drinks out of it or whatever, maybe 2. What's $4.50 for an interesting aged Tripel that you're not gonna be able to buy per bottle? I mean, if you buy any quality Belgian ale in this area, it's $6.99 plus for a small bottle, let alone a $7.50. So, I think that's consumer price right there. So, anyway, super. If you have any idea how old this bottle is by just looking at this label, please give me an idea. Anyway, I'm going to take a couple more sips, and I'm actually going to give it a rating. Maybe 20 years? I have no idea how old it is. It doesn't matter. I'm going to give you this label, this rating. So, let's get into it. I think it's like amazing how like It looks like it should give you all those super sweet, even though it's attenuated, super sweet vibes, but it doesn't. It stays right on that mid palate. It's like bready, super floral, super earthy, super citrus, not citrus, but floral, herbaceous, bready, bam, with a nice firm carbonation. Like, honestly, if this was Orval, I was just drinking like, if I didn't know any better, and I was like, I thought I was drinking an Orval, like, this is at least a 9 out of 10. Just, like, this is great. This is a good beer. So, I'm not going to give it, like, super high, because I know it's really fucking aged. So I can only imagine what a fresh Straffe Hendirk Trapel would taste like. And I really want to know, by the way. If you see this, if you know how to get one, address is in the description. Just send that motherfucker my way. Nobody will, but at least I said it, right? I'm gonna 8.5. I'm sorry. It's like at least a decade and a half old, at least, and it's an 8.5. It's fucking fantastic. I can't wait to go and buy more. However, I will say this. So the Golden Carlos I bought from the same place. That bottle was fucking fantastic. I bought another bottle of Golden Carlos from the same place just recently, and I just had it on the side. I didn't review it, and it wasn't as good. The one was almost mind-blowingly good. The other one was just good. Not bad, but kind of what I remember drinking Orval, which is my probably least favorite Belgian beer. I was like, oh, it's like a higher class Orval. I was like, oh, it's nice. So it was still fun. It's fun to drink. But you will probably get barrel variation when you're drinking old beers. So you can't have one old beer out of a case and be like, okay, all the case is going to be this good. You just can't really do that. So, but keep that in mind. If you ever do pick up one, I suggest, if you like it, I suggest you pick up more, because it's going to be, a little bit positive or a little bit negative from that one beer. So I wouldn't be afraid. A lot of people, I've noticed there is a lot of people in the beer world that I've talked to that are very anti aging beers, and very anti like buying old beers or trying old beers. For some reason they think they're gonna get sick or things like of that nature. That is not true. You will not get sick from drinking old beer. You will get sick from drinking bad beer, and you will know if you have a bad beer as soon as you open it. You don't want to drink vinegar. I don't even think you'll get sick drinking vinegar, but you might shit a little bit the next day. But these really hold the sedimentation extremely well. I've just had the experience drinking Belgians. Some British beers too, they hold their sedimentation within the bottle pretty well. But you kind of don't want to drink, if you have, like, let's say you have a 12-ounce bottle of an old beer. You want to get that first pour nice and slow. Don't pour like these people do, this big stupid head thing. Do not pour like that. If you have an old beer, at least, for God fucking sake, do the tip, do the really slow pour. Get a nice amount of that beer in there, and then just tip it back, and then that goes to the trash. Okay? You have to sacrifice good things to have good things. Okay? So you're going to have to sacrifice that, whatever that is. Sacrifice that. Don't disturb the yeast sediment. Put that away. And enjoy the beer you have. That beer will not kill you. It's been boiled. It's been pasteurized. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I like every brewery I've ever seen. Like, non-pasteurized. Didn't you boil this beer to make it? Then shut the fuck up. It's pasteurized. Asshole. Like, I don't even know. Like, Louis Pasteur did not do pasteurization on milk. They used it later. He did it on beer. boiling the beer is pasteurizing the beer. So every fucking brewing company that says non-pasteurized, that means like, are you saying like they used water from anywhere, you didn't boil it and you made beer? Are you actually saying that? Because you sound fucking stupid. Just saying. Oh, it's been good. It's been a good PA Brews. Alright, back into it. I like it. Lava lamp working good. I think I hit all the points. Gotta say, people are fucking stupid and you pour like morons. Nice. I like it. Anyway, definitely do this. And let me know in the comments the oldest beer that you've ever had. I think that's a big thing. I know Joe, brother from another mother up in, not Taiwan. He's going to let me know because he knows, I know that he watches this far in my videos. And that's pretty cool. But you should watch this far too, you bastards. But put down the oldest beer that you've ever had in the comments below because I'm really curious. So the oldest beer that I've ever had was a English ale that was meant to commemorate the marriage of Princess Di and Sir Charles, or Prince Charles, and that was in 1981. The same year I was born. That beer turned 32 the same year I turned 32. So 32 years old beer is the oldest beer I've ever had. And it didn't do a damn thing to me. And I was so scared. I only poured like maybe 5/8 of the beer. So there was still like, that much left. I could have probably been a little bit braver and maybe did a quarter, 3/4, and and it was a really good beer. It was a really fun beer, and I was like, damn, I don't want to pour it again because you don't want to disturb that sediment. So I kind of wasted some beer because I didn't have the balls to like give it a nice top up. So don't fear the balls, whatever that means. Don't fear the sedimentation. Have the balls. And when you do an aged beer, take your time. I would chill it. It's okay. I don't like chilled beer. But if you're a little bit more shy on the sedimentation, chill your beer a little bit more. I know a lot of you fucking weirdos do that anyway. Chill your beer down. And then just do that tip and that slow pour until that top of that glass. And then you can discard the rest. Yeah, especially if you're worried about anything like that or getting sick or whatever. But that nice topped up glass will suit you just fine to try that old beer. And believe me, use your nose, use your senses. You have 5 senses. Some people say you have 6 senses. Some people say you can, smell through your butt, but they're weirdos. But if anything comes off when you crack the cork and you get a lot of, vinegars and things like that on it, or a great one that I showed you when I cracked this one open, if there's no hiss, there's a problem. Same thing if you pull a cork, if you get the slightest little, you're good. If you don't get anything, then that's when the other senses need to kick in. Like, all right, make sure it's not vinegar, those kind of things. And again, if you drink a little vinegar, it's not going to kill you. It might make you crap a little bit more the next day. Don't put the sediment in the beer, in the bottle, in your beer. But I do think there's a lot of people on YouTube that should definitely, that do beer reviews, right? I'm not talking about everybody, but they don't do a lot of aged, weird beer that they randomly find places, like under stairs, in other people's houses, on eBay, in weird-ass fucking backwoods distributors. Like, do it, grab it, try it, you know what I mean? I know I could probably get a Maharaja from Avery from 2002 without a problem. You know what? It's going to taste like shit. Get it. Review it, because you know what? It's fucking fun. And that's why we do this. YouTube was fun. Remember that? I don't know. I don't think any of you do. But it used to be fucking fun. It used to be a fun thing. And that's why we do it. That's why these old bastards like me who are going to do the 14-year anniversary next month on YouTube. That's why we do it, because it used to be fun, and we remember the fun, and that's what we keep doing, even though we're all gray now. That's what happens. Anyway, this has been Paul from PABrewNews. I hope this was slightly entertaining and slightly informative and slightly off-putting. A little bit of everything. Anyway, again, Paul from PABrewNews. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Sam, Neil. You know what? Cheers, a lot of people that we lost over the years. Fucking sucks, but you know what? We'll see you. We'll see you in the afterlife, right? Cheers. Good beer, even old. Bye bye. Watch that finger. Here it comes. Wow! That wasn't Velociraptor. It was Dinoticus. Just saying.